my channel. Today's video is going to be me setting up my sinking funds and debt tracker for the month of February. If you haven't seen any of my other budgeting setup videos, I'll leave them linked up in the cards up above throughout this video. So I've already set up my monthly view, my budget and weekly check-in. So I'm going to use these two pages for my sinking funds and transaction log, and then I will have my debt tracker here. So let's get started with setting out our sinking funds. I think I'm going to use this gorgeous pink washi for that. If you're unfamiliar with sinking funds is basically just savings, but you give it a category, I guess is the way of putting it. You don't just say, well, this is how much I've got in my savings, but you kind of say, well, I'm going to put 100 of my savings towards house, 100 of my savings towards adventures or holiday, things like that. So you just kind of give it a purpose and it's more structured that way. I quite like the way that is set up instead of just saying savings, because then I still kind of budget in a way. I know exactly how much I've got and what I'm going to use it for. I hope that makes sense. But if you have seen my videos before, maybe I gave a better explanation then. But I do have, so let's look at last month and I'll show you the categories I had then, because they're going to be a bit different. So last month I had home, myself and my fiance's allowance, wage, and then other. So I'm going to take out home. No, in fact, I'm going to leave it in, but I'm just not going to add anything to it. So keep that one. So our categories for our sinking funds are home. This will be more used next month when we need to buy things for our brand new house. Then I'm going to put down myself and Thomas for both of our allowances. And then I'm going to put down wage. If you didn't watch last month's video, I explained that I'm putting wage because my contract for my job ends in June. So I will not get a pay in July. So I'm putting money by every single month to cover what my wage would be in that month. And then I am just going to add an extra category for other. I may not put money into every category every month, but these are typically the main 5 that I think I'm going to stick with until we obviously get more sinking funds, we have more excess income. But right now this is about it. So I'm going to put my totals down. Oh. Perfect, and then grab my ruler to pop down my lines. So you can let me know down in the comments if you use sinking funds, or do you just put savings down and you don't really give it a category. You can let me know. So beginning for each, I'm going to look back. Yep, so we had 0 in this account at the start, and I had 0 in my own. Thomas was left with 150. I noted it down last month, right here. He sold his PlayStation, so he had an extra 150. Wage had 0, and so did other. So overall, we only had £150 in our sinking funds. So let's get to what we're adding. We're adding nothing for home this month. Myself, I always add 300. Thomas gets 200, and we were adding £400 into our wage category. And then other is nothing. So in total, we added £900. Perfect. So I think I'm going to do what I did last month. Sorry about the flicking back and forth. So I put some washi down, and then I like to have these 3 hearts just as a place to put if anything happened. So if anything, like when we sold something, if we popped that money into the savings or things like that, I like to have a space where I can just put kind of the main points of the month. So I think I'm going to use the pink hearts, and I actually use these are leftovers from my Bella Planella kits. I don't usually use the hearts, they're more for if you want to mark any days that are not in the month. So I'm just going to space them out, and I can write down anything that crops up at the end of the month. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of washi at the bottom to close this page off. And then that is our sinking funds all set up. Pretty simple. I don't have a lot of sinking funds just yet, but we are just starting off. We're only 23. Sometimes forget that myself. So that is that page all set up. Next, I like to have a full page for transaction log. So your transaction log goes hand in hand with your sinking funds, and that's where you note down if you take anything out of those categories or those accounts. So we'll use the same washi. Usually if 2 pages are side by side, so for example my budget and the check-in, and then my sinking funds and transaction log, I like to use the same top washi just so it is coherent and it kind of flows. That's what I like to do best. And then let's try and not rip this and roughly place it in the centre. That's not bad. So transaction log, and we will just put the little headings down below. So you put the date, the amount you spent, which category it came out of, and then a little description. And again, I'm just going to pop some washi down the bottom to close off this page. The transaction log is really simple to set up, but it is quite useful to look back and kind of keep track of everything that you're spending. So I'm going to zoom you out while I do my lines. So let's actually flip this upside down, and I'll work this way just so that I have enough space. So we've got date, amount, and category and description. So this is how the transaction log page turned out, and this is our sinking funds. These look super. So next, let's set up our debt tracker. For the month of March, I have actually asked Bella Planella to change the script. So as you can see, it says debt tracker. I've asked us to make it debt snowball, just because that is the method that I'm going to be following. So it makes more sense to have that. So if you follow the debt snowball method, then you can always ask for her to change your script. If you're unfamiliar with that method, debt snowball is where you put your debt in order from the smallest amount to the largest, and you put all your money and focus on one debt, so the smallest amount until you paid it off, and then you keep working your way down the list. I am lucky that none of my debt has a minimum payment. They're all interest free right now, so I can just focus the amount of money that I've got to put towards debt on one payment. So we have added an extra debt payment this month, which is going to be our fridge freezer for our new house. We got it on, it's like buy now, pay 12 months later, which is really good. So last month we paid off our camera debt. So this is the camera that I film on. Thomas bought it for me for Christmas, but he did it interest free. So that is completely paid off. So we still have 3 pieces of debt, but obviously the camera's off and we've added a new one. So going smallest to largest, we have laptop. So that was me. I bought a new laptop last October or November. I can't remember the exact month. I bought it then and I've just been slowly paying it off. And then we have our bed, which is arriving this Friday, so I can't wait. That's actually going to have a minimum payment, so I'll pop that in the paid section, but it's not started yet because we've not received it, so you'll start to see that. And then our new one is our fridge freezer. It's an American fridge freezer. It is massive, it's so cool, and it's got the water and ice dispenser, so I am super excited about that. So let me pop down my totals section for this. Ooh. Okay, that is not matching up perfectly. So let's try again. It's because I came in a bit. Okay, so I'll quickly do my lines before I start to go through the totals amount with you. I love how I can use these little boxes at the bottom. These help me place my lines evenly. So that's a trick if you don't do that. So our beginning amount for our laptop, we ended last month with 504. Our bed amount that we have to pay off is £777. And our new piece of debt, which is our fridge, is £904. So let me grab my calculator. So 504 add 777 add 904 is 2,185. So that is our total debt. We do not have any interest to pay. I can already tell you that I put £200 towards the laptop. So I've already paid it for this month. So £200 went towards that. We paid nothing towards the bed and nothing towards the fridge. Both of them have not arrived yet. So we paid a total of £200. So our ending balance for the month will be 304, 777 and 904. So that's brought our debt down to 1,985. I know that this is not a lot of debt, and people are probably sitting at home going, that's not very much. I've seen people with far more debt, but it's a lot for us, and I'd rather just get it taken care of and start now. I don't want to have a lot of debt. I've tried, I don't have a credit card. I've tried really hard as I've got older not to get myself in that situation where we have a lot of debt. But yeah, so that is that. I am going to put down 3 hearts again. This is where I either like to put any goals that I have or future. I think I'm going to start putting maybe like future projections, so what I hope to do in the next 3 months, so March, April and May. I think that's actually what I'm going to do. So, okay, so if we start with the top one, which would be March. So we're going to pay 200 to laptop. Pro. We will pay off laptop and get that debt out of the way. And then let me have a think. So 304, we'll pay £200 in March towards the laptop, which leaves 104. I'm going to pay that off, so that means we can put £96 towards the bed, which brain is not working. So calculator. So 7 take away £96 would leave us 681, and then if we put 200 towards it, 408 add 904. Yeah, so April I'm going to make it a goal to have less than 1,500 in debt. I'm going to give myself a little bit of leeway just in case with us moving house things don't happen. So have less than 1,500 in debt. Okay, perfect. So those are my 3 debts and our future projections for the next 3 months. I love this part. I think I'm definitely going to keep doing this. Let me know down in the comment section if you do this as well, if you future project for yourselves. So the last thing I'm going to do is just put some washi at the bottom to close it off. And I actually have more washi than what I thought I would have left over. I have 2 of the plain thin strips like this one. So you're definitely able to get quite a lot in this kit, but that's how our debt tracker looks. If I move my phone out the way, zoom you out just a little bit more. Perfect. I do want to show you something else that I recently printed off. It is from Debt Free Charts. I'm sure that you've probably seen these around, but I just thought this was a fun way to show paying off our debt. As you can see, I do have our new total, which is this month, so it's 1,985, and then you get to colour in each square as you've paid off debt. So each square for us, this is American, so it's got the dollar sign, but it doesn't bother me. I just know that it's pounds. So each square is worth £19.85, and then you keep colouring it in. You get checkpoints, so way to go. So that's like 25% of the way. That means we would have paid off £496.25. So that will probably take us about 3 months, 2.5 months to get here. Halfway done is 992, and as you know, we pay about £200 per month, so this will take us about 4 or 5 months, 75% of the way, and then total. So if I'm taking this into retrospect, the goal for me, so we've got 1,985 and I pay £200 per month. We should be able to pay this off in 10 months, so by the end of the year, so by December, if we don't add any debt, we should be debt free. That is my goal by the end of the year. So you can say it here, put in the comments, remind me, end of the year, end of 2021, we will have no debt if we don't add in anything onto it. That is definitely my goal, and I will keep you updated every single month on how our little grid looks. But I had great fun calling this in. I love how visual it is, and I'm definitely going to put it up in my new office once we are in. But that is everything for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. If you have not seen my previous video, which was the Daily Duo Plan with me, head over there. I'll leave it in the cards up above. I'm having a fantastic giveaway as we have reached 500 subscribers. It closes on March 1st, so definitely go into that video, read the rules and enter so you've got a chance to win. Some of the prizes include Simply Gilded pouches, a reusable sticker book, great things. Definitely enter if you love planning and love planner supplies. But as I said, that's everything in this video, guys. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Have a magical day. Bye.